What did you do last summer?
It's summertime, everybody, which means the sun's out, tits are out, biceps are popping, and the slashing has begun. This also means we have a brand new trailer for I Know What You Did Last Summer, starring I Don't Give a Shit Jennifer Love Hewitt's in it.
What happened?
Now, this new installment is directed by Jennifer Caitlin Robinson, who hasn't really done much, but what she has done is pretty decent. Not horror, but still good. Do Revenge. I believe that was a Netflix thing, but it got pretty good reviews and whatnot. In this new installment of I Know What You Did Last Summer, you can see the trailer online. It just dropped today, just like my pants, if you haven't seen the picture yet. But we have the fisherman returning on the loose, and it looks like he is slicing and dicing his way to revenge in the style of both I Know and I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. So we also get special appearances by Freddie Prinze Jr. and the one titular, she's not in the title, but I just wanted to say titular, Jennifer Love Hewitt in a brand new weave she didn't have in the first movie or second.
Ooh.
So lads, first impressions. We'll go alphabetically. Women. We love women. Women director. Women Jennifer Love Hewitt. Aid, go first.
The first impressions. I actually was very annoyed by the blonde chick at the beginning with her pouty face.
Of course.
So I was like, I hope she gets it first. And of course she didn't.
No, I think she might be the new Jennifer Love Hewitt, actually.
Oh God, I hope not. No, I think the girl, I think it's a fake out. I think Chase Sui Wonders, whatever her name is, when she's asking Jennifer Love Hewitt for advice, I think she's
Hmm.
actually like the
The new
the
Jennifer Love
the
Hewitt.
fake out. Yeah, the fake out final girl. So anyway, super annoyed by her character, except for the part where she's like, oh, I need a drink or whatever.
I
And I'm
was
like,
gonna say,
okay.
just are you annoyed by her because she is you? Let's go ahead and get to the bottom
No,
of
but
this.
like I'm watching the beginning of the trailer now, her little photo, they're like, what the fuck, bitch? You're going upstairs to take a bath and to like listen to your like whatever. I'm like, oh. But I did think it was spooky what happened to the poor guy downstairs. So the
Hmm.
trailer did a good job at kind of, introducing everything. And then of course my Freddie is in it, so I'm excited.
Boo.
Mm.
Lance.
I thought it was kind of cool. I thought the fact that it was like by a pool, so it actually kind of had like a Scream esque kind of vibe to it, because like he's looking out the window and he's checking out, the pool light goes on, the pool light goes off. I mean,
Mhm.
obviously there's no phone call, but it had that kind of remnants. I thought that was kind of cool. Um, the one character, I think it's Madeline Klein, who's the girl that Aid does not care for.
The
Uh,
blonde, everybody.
yeah, the blonde, which is shockingly not shocking. But they're actually from Stranger Things, and then I guess their Netflix thing is was it I think it's Outer Banks is her show that she has on that. That's where she kind of comes from. Um, but yeah, I thought it was cool. I think it sets it up really nicely. You kind of get a little taste of what might have happened. It looks like another kind of car situation where somebody falls off these cliffs. You figure they make these railings a little bit stronger, but obviously that is not in their budget in that little town. Freddie, him coming back basically looked cool because basically he played the old man kind of from the town, had its old issues. It's not shocking that they kind of put Jennifer in like kind of a teacher-esque role, I guess. Who knows what she kind of teaches, I imagine. Uh, Maybe she's at the college that she was in the second movie as a teacher now. Who knows? I would imagine, at least being close nearby. But yeah, it seemed really cool. I liked it. Didn't give too much away, which is nice. I do think it kind of sucks because you basically see the first kill. That seemed like it got kind of given away too much.
If it's the first one, it's NBD, NBD. Um, so yeah, so with this trailer, it does open up very Scream-ish with the Drew Barrymore scene with like the big house and the pool, yada yada. Almost like the also how the Scream series opened up also. So
Mm.
at first I was like, this isn't Scream, but then it like quickly goes on to its own little adventure. And when the fisherman who comes in with a harpoon, I believe, or just a spear, I think harpoons are bigger. um, and is dragging the guy back. Like, yeah, it's a gruesome, violent death, but my first instinct was that's not really his style. But then I was like, Oh, wait. Oh, wait, you sexy fine thing. This was his style in the second one, which is why I said earlier that he's mixing styles. So I'm hoping they're doing it on purpose. I'm hoping they're bringing in Brandy later, because there is nods to how he kills in the originals in this trailer. Not sure if you guys realized it or if I'm just a obsessed freak about these movies. And you know what? I'm not going to be ashamed of saying that I Know What You Did Last Summer is one of my favorite scary movies because it is. Now, with that said, not sure if you caught the references, but it looks like they hit somebody just like in the original. I'm just kidding. It in the trailer when if you're paying attention to it, there is a scene where one of the girls, it might be the blonde, is running up one of those wooden shaft things and pulling it just like Sarah Michelle Gellar. And the blonde is wearing, this is all very subtle stuff. I don't know if it's on purpose or not, but the blonde is wearing a very similar outfit to what Jennifer Love Hewitt wore in the end of the first one, with like the little coat over her like dress thing. And I thought it was a flashback, but there's a guy in a steam room at the gym, and I was like, "Was that Ryan Philippe?" And it is not. Um, it's some kid that like for a quick second, because if you just to refresh your memory, everybody, Ryan Philippe had a really hot shower scene in the original one. Um, but it made me really excited. Yeah, it only shows Freddie Prinze Jr. in one scene and Jennifer Love Hewitt in one scene, and I'm hoping they're just downplaying it because if you look at the production stills, there are scenes where Jennifer Love Hewitt does go to Ray, as his name is in the movie, and they interact together. So I'm hoping that she actually like is in danger. I hope she faces the killer too. I hope it's connected to the original, or else it's kind of weird just to be like, someone tried to kill you because you did something bad, and now someone's trying to kill me because I did something bad. We should connect on this level. Um, but I like the small town feel. They have like a town hall scene where Ray's like, "This isn't the first time this has happened in whatever little beach town that is." Um, but I'm excited. I do wish they gave, Jennifer Love Hewitt is known for this Adrian Santiago type weave, that they love putting on her, and it is her hair, but like the blonde hides and stuff. I just wish that they kept her hair more in line of like her character from the first two. But you know,
Well, she is older, and Ray looks very
that is an
different
old
too.
hairstyle, also. Yeah, good thing for pointing it out. It does mature a woman when you want to age them on screen. So, oh, okay. Well, she's done talking about that. Um,
It's like, damn.
But also, this trailer really reminded me how terrifying a giant fish hook can be as a weapon. Because I remember watching the first two, and like, in my opinion, one of the scariest things about the first two movies is just how painful it would be to die from one of those things.
But yeah, especially when he gets what's his name in the jaw.
Oh,
And
the guy from Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory,
Yeah,
Leonard,
Leonard.
uh, slash David from Roseanne. What's his real name? I can't even think of his real name right now. And Danny something, right?
No.
What's his
You
name?
think of the guy from like the 70s show.
Oh, please let's not bring that up. Anyways, but yeah, so it I do like the different weapons. I do like that they're going back into town. I did like that they showed Helen's
The Grave.
grave, which I thought was important because her chasing is probably one of the more prolific ones that most slashers, most people talking about any chasing in a slasher horror movie would probably mention her chasing because it's so long, but it's also very good.
Yeah.
And you really think she's gonna make it, and at the very last second she doesn't. And it's kind of a shame that she doesn't, in my opinion, because I like I said, I always thought that in part one that Ryan Phillippe and Sarah Michelle Gellar's characters are more interesting than the other two. So
Well, they were the fun ones, and that kind
yeah.
of made that was kind of like that morality gray area was they were the fun ones, but also like dealing with the death of or accidentally killing someone, they dealt with it a little less maturely. Well, not so much Sarah, but like Philippe's character was an asshole about it. Um,
Mhm.
but and
Yeah.
maybe that's this new blonde girl, Madeline or whatever her name is. Maybe she's the new Helen because in the trailer, watching that very similar up that wooden elevator thing that she's doing.
Hmm.
I think that might be Madeline. So I also hope they do that thing that they did in the first one, which I haven't really seen much in slashers, where every time they get attacked first, and then they get killed the second time they're attacked. So it's almost like that they're kind of like safe-ish the first time the fisherman shows up. Ryan Phillip gets hit by a car. Sarah Michelle Gellar gets her hair cut off. Um, Jennifer Love Hewitt gets a body in her trunk, and Ray gets a letter. Um,
So
and
fair.
his name, by the way, is Johnny Galecki.
Jenna Glecki, yeah, I
Yeah.
just found that too. But well, which is interesting because I think in the first one we Ray is meant to be the red herring, right?
Hmm.
And I kind of feel like they do that with him in the second one too, in a weird way because like he's so obsessed by about getting to her. So, because my opinion, I love part two more. Part two is my favorite, even though I love Ryan Phillippe and Sarah Michelle Gellar in part one. Like part two is more my style. Um,
Well, part
I
two
mean,
becomes more of a horror movie, whereas the first one is kind of just like a teen scream, you know.
Scream, yeah, because remember it was the book. Remember when the Scholastic Book Fair would come to school,
Hmm.
and when that movie came out, they had all the books up in the front, like when you walked in.
Yeah.
They wanted it so bad. My mom said no.
God, what a bitch. But
She's
her
a
name.
Patreon member.
Oh, I mean, it was probably for the best, Miss Lorene.
Mm.
But it's funny that Lois Duncan, because when you look at the writers, even for this one, they credit Lois Duncan because she is the author of the book, and Lois Duncan does not like these movies. I don't even know if she's alive anymore. They're not very. The original book is more of like a creepy teen book. There's no one dies.
Like a
Oh, she died
sucks.
on June 15, 2016 in Bradenton, Florida.
Oh,
Bless
Oh,
her heart.
well, you know what? You should probably take her name off this movie because she didn't like this movie. She was like, "That's not what I
I know
wrote."
she's rolling around in her grave. What y'all doing to this poor old lady?
I know. She's all, could you imagine? She's like a Christian because no one, I don't think anyone dies. They hit a boy on a bicycle in the book, is what I remember.
Which I
Um,
kind of feel is a little bit worse
it is.
than what happened. Because in the movie, like that's another thing. The storyline gets so convoluted in part one to me because they have to go visit Anne Heche and they have to go do this and they have to go do that. And then you figure out that he actually was the killer and he was there killing the son-in-law it was like a
Um,
whole thing. Oh
People
my
still
God.
get really mixed up about the ending because it's confusing. It's a little convoluted, but once you get it, you're like, okay, I got it. Um,
Well, as kids, we watched this one a lot. And it's a shame because I really wish that Kevin Williamson came back to put a stamp in this one,
yeah.
like he's doing with Scream, because I feel like this is perfect, right? Because I think what Scream 2 and I Know What You Did Last Summer came out around the same time.
Yes, a year
Y-
later. I believe I Know What You Last Summer is 97. Scream 2 is late 97, I
Yeah, so
believe.
they came around at the same, and I don't think he had anything to do with I Know What You Did Last Summer part two, but I
Mm-mm.
know he did all three Screams, and so I just feel like how cool would it have been if he had a stamp on two films that are coming out in the same year? Because I think what the new Scream's coming out later this year, right?
Yeah.
Okay, like, and because we could have just, traveled back in time to the late 90s. Like, this would have been so much fun. And he
Hmm.
probably, let's be honest, he probably would do much better than what we're gonna get because I'm hit or miss. Like, I feel like this could be a lot of fun, but I also could feel like they can miss the mark trying to pander too much to the new generation today to get them to like this movie. So we'll see.
Yeah. The good thing is I saw hints of trying to be young, but not like Hell of a Summer where it was dripping in Gen
Mm.
Zography.
Hmm.
And I think this might be the most brutal fisherman that we have based off the trailer. So I'm excited for it. Jennifer Love Hewitt, I hope you kick ass or that you have a really awesome death because everybody wants you to die because of what happened in the first one. Because how you treated Helen in the first one.
Mm.
Um,
So she treated everyone like shit. But I mean, I get it. I remember thinking as a kid, like I was so annoyed by her, but like now rewatching it as an adult, I'm like, I get it. She's been through some trauma.
Well,
So
yeah,
she
it's funny. Everybody's like, she's the worst scream queen. She's mean. She's a bitch. I'm like, she's probably the most realistic representation of what you would be like if you went through that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I mean, look at Aiden. She didn't kill anybody, and she's still miserable. But anyways, with that, ladies and germs, we are very excited to watch this movie. I'm already getting text messages from people saying we're gonna watch this together. So apparently, I'm just gonna have to run out of theater to fit everybody that wants to watch it with me in there. But with that, let us know your thoughts. Put us in the put. With that, put your thoughts in the comments. Let us know, and we will look forward to what happens, and we'll follow up. Or most likely going to review it whenever it comes out. So, with that, have a great rest of your April. Goodbye. Don't die.
Goodbye.
Bye.
You need to handle this. This isn't the first time there's been violence like this in South.